Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well and I hope you are excited about continuing with our novel Roll With It by Jamie Sumner. So we've met our main character, Ellie. Ellie loves to bake. We know she is in a wheelchair and she's the narrator of our story. So it's told in first person. And the way she is narrating our story, I'm getting the feeling that she could have a little attitude, a little spunk. So we'll continue with our first chapter called Symmetry. It's almost midnight and I still haven't started my math. I forgot to close the blinds and the streetlight outside is catching an orangey glow across the walls. But I'm also too tired to drag myself onto my chair and deal with it. The chair is sitting at a right angle to the bed, where Mom always puts it in case I need to get up in the night. Right angles. See? I don't even need the math homework. My current skills are greater than or equal to whatever problem set is due tomorrow. I could probably use some solid pluses and minuses to distract me right now. I can't stop thinking about what happened at lunch. It wasn't a big deal until everybody made it a big deal. I mean, I get it. Lauren's whole entire job is to chaperone me from place to place. So when I pull a runner and disappear, it kind of makes her look like she's slacking. But Emma Claire wasn't there today. She's basically the one friend I have at school. She also has CP, birds of a feather and all that. But she only has a limp and can still play soccer. I tell her she's got a touch of CP and I've got the whole bucket full. We're not close, but at least we sit together. And when she's gone, it's just me in my cone of silence in the middle of the cafeteria. So there I was, sitting at the end of the row of tables and away from everybody else, like a doorstop. And it was loud. Not the kind of loud you can tune out. And it was chilly day. The whole place smelled like meat chunks. Barf. So I packed up the sandwich I'd made with the cranberry relish and goat cheese, which Mom says isn't a sandwich because it doesn't have meat, and left. I just put it all on my lap and rolled on out and down the back hallway that leads to the exit doors by the gym. I sat in a little ray of sunlight that snuck past the dumpsters outside and finished my lunch. And then the bell rang and I just needed another minute was all. Except when Lauren found me, I might have been dozing in the sunspot. And it might have been after too much travel time had passed for me to blame it on the chair. But I wasn't trying to skip class, really. The thing is, kids skip class all the time, and yeah, they get in trouble. But nobody freaks out about it like they do with me, because I'm a health risk. And okay, yes, it was maybe a teensy bit antisocial to go eat in a corner by the dumpsters. But sometimes it's all just too much. I get tired of bearing witness to everybody else's normal. I never got sent to timeout when I was little. I think the teachers couldn't bring themselves to lock me and my wheels in the corner. But I wish I could now. I wish I could just declare a giant time out from school and take a long nap in the sun. I think about the Great British Bake Off again and how happy the winner looked holding up his English muffins, like a doof next to tiny Mary Berry. I bet no one bothers Mary when she wants to eat alone. I bet she dines like a queen. One day I will write her a real letter and ask her to tea. I could handle company if it were Mary. We would sit in easy silence and let the food speak for us. 2 days later, I'm at school sitting out front by the curb and waiting for Mom to pick me up. It's freezing. I don't care what they say about winters in the South. It still feels like a bucket of ice water thrown over you every time you go outside. You want your jacket, honey? Lauren stands next to me with one hand on the back of my wheelchair. I shake my head, don't look at her. I've got my backpack in my lap with my jacket inside. If I wanted it, I'd get it. I'm working too hard not to be nervous about this appointment to have any room left to make small talk with Lauren. It's lunchtime, and this is usually her alley break. But since the runaway incident, she hasn't given me an inch of space. I can tell she's ready to go inside to the teacher's lounge, down a lean cuisine, and check her IG. I hate it when she calls me honey. She's probably 25 at most. I wish she could just wait. I just wish we could just wait together in the quiet. We need to talk about what happened the other day, Allie. I look straight ahead. I can feel her hands on her hips. She already called Mom yesterday, just like I knew she would. Mom cut all my screen time for a week. A week! I wanted to explain myself, but I couldn't get the words out. I'd rather lose screen time than tell Mom the truth and have her think I'm not coping, as she likes to say. Ellie, honey, you cannot wander off by yourself after lunch without checking in with me. I was going to class. I don't believe science is by the gym, last time I checked. She should save the teacher tone for the teachers. I wheel around to face her and tap my forehead. Oh, little old me just gets turned around sometimes. Allie, enough. You know your educational plan requires that I accompany you from the bus, between classes, and to and from the restroom. So you're saying I'm in trouble for going to my class? That's the thing about needing an extra special plan just to go to school. Sometimes it helps, and sometimes it's the leash you get tangled in. For a second, she almost looks embarrassed, and I start to feel a little bad for giving her the guilt trip when she's not even the one who makes the rules. But then Mom flies up in the van and throws the automatic doors open like she's at the Daytona 500. She's an English teacher up at the high school and has to use her planning period to take me to my doctor appointments. It's always a race across town to the children's hospital, but we've gotten only one ticket. The other time, the cop felt sorry for us. On occasion, this whole crippled kid thing works in my favor. Today, we're on our way to see the neurologist, the head doctor, who reads my brain waves. It's supposed to be science-y, but it feels a little like visiting a psychic and watching her pretend to tell my fortune. I'm trying my best not to pay attention to the worry that's doing laps in my stomach. This appointment is a big one. It might really tell my future, and I'm not sure I'm ready to hear it. Where's your jacket? Despite the rush, Mom has all the time in the world to look me over while I'm riding the lift that folds down onto the curb like a band opening and carries me up and inside the van. It's like the world's slowest amusement park ride, but she doesn't wait for an answer because I'm finally up now and locked in. And I'm secretly glad. If it's bad news, it's bad news. A few minutes later, I watch Lauren shrink and finally disappear out the back window. Mom keeps checking her phone. Ellie, no texting while driving, young lady. I wasn't texting. I was about to text. Same difference. Same eyes off the road. Text who? Mom doesn't answer. I don't know why I ask. I know who. Dad. Dad the lawyer who never calls or comes to anything because he's busy with his new family. Mom says he hopes to run for mayor someday. I bet he practices acceptance speeches in the mirror. The therapist Mom made me see for a while when I turned 10 and started ignoring Dad's calls and emails, and I have unresolved issues. She said I need to learn to express the hurt if I ever wanted to have a meaningful relationship with my dad. But honestly, it's been Mom and me for so long, I think I'd rather just leave him to his bright and shiny new family. He might make it this time, she says eventually as we pull into the parking garage and the radio goes fuzzy. Sure, sure. Well, in our next reading, we'll find out how Ellie's doctor appointment goes.